So good morning, everyone. My name is Devin McNally. I'm with the Placer County Community Development Resource Agency, and I'm delighted to be here with you this Saturday morning to share some of the organizations that are doing work in East Placer to provide housing services to all of our residents. So we have a few of them here today. So we will be having them share, and then we'll give them a chance to answer some of your questions. So without further ado, I'll start off with our County Department of Health and Human Services. We have Amy Ellis, who is the Deputy Director, and she is here to talk to you about some of the services that they offer related to housing and other services. So Amy?
Yes, thanks for having me. I've been tagged, although we are a big department and lots of folks that will be available to anyone, that help with this and that are experts in this. So I'm just here and can get you to the person you need if needed. I am the director of Adult System of Care. So we have mental health services and other support services for adults, mainly those on Medi-Cal. Our services are targeted at, behavioral health services and social services and supports. But we also have other divisions within Health and Human Services that have touch on housing, such as our human services. So I'm going to do my best to represent some of their programs today. They have things like CalFresh, CalWorks, General Relief. So this is really often a first stop for many of our Medi-Cal clients and individuals and community members who are finding themselves with lots of kind of needs, housing, but also food needs and income needs and other things. And so they would be a good first stop that my staff would work with individuals with, or individuals can go directly to them. And they are one of our housing authorities for Placer County. And through being that housing authority, they do have vouchers and have some subsidies for individuals who qualify. Often it's income-based, but there are other qualifying factors, folks with families, veterans, other short-term needs, crisis things. There was some COVID relief funds. So, and they have special programs that pop up. So it's just always good to go to their website. I actually, after I'm done speaking, I'm going to throw in the chat their website and their phone number and how you can get a hold of them to learn if individuals you're working with or yourself may qualify for these vouchers and subsidies. And just to explain what that is a voucher is if you qualify for that. Sometimes there's a waiting list and sometimes there's not, depending on how you're qualifying. It would help to pay a portion of the rent. And so oftentimes then the individual would pay a smaller the landlord would receive their full market rent income for the unit, but the person living in it would just pay a percentage of that and the voucher covers the rest. So that's a great option for individuals who can live independently and just need some help with the cost of the rent and qualify for one of these programs. Okay, so with adults, so other folks need more than just independent living or help with rent. They need, maybe they need outreach. They're not going to take that first step. They're not going to walk into the human services office, or they are just struggling and maybe with mental health needs or substance use needs. So that's where adult system of care comes in and some of our services that we do. So I just wanted to briefly touch that we do have, even in Tahoe, we have a homeless outreach coordinator that goes regionally throughout services to find individuals in needs who are homeless in your region, to outreach to them, talk with them, try to talk to them about their options for housing. We also have full service partnership for those who qualify that have a mental health diagnosis. Those people from Auburn come up there, work with them, have a caseload. Some residents in Tahoe are on that caseload. They would be provided mental health services and other care coordination efforts to link them to things that they need, including housing. And we also just expanded our crisis support. So for people who are in need, who are in crisis, we have an individual based out of the Truckee Hospital that also can respond regionally out to the field to work with individuals in need who are not coming in, but do need help, right? So then we go out to them. And then we also have office-based services for people wanting to go to a physical location in the area to see what do I qualify for or how can I be helped, right? So some of those are in North Tahoe, the North Tahoe-Truckee Homeless Services, also ran by AMI, but it's called the North Tahoe-Truckee Homeless Services. It's at the Church of the Mountains in Truckee. Uplift Family Services, offering mental health to Placer County residents. Granite Wellness Center, doing substance use services in the region. Brand new is a program called Recover, and it's telehealth only, but it is an option for people who struggle to make it into the office, but need regular care, substance use care. Sierra Community House, that offers services for people with food insecurity, family programs, domestic violence, housing needs, all of those things. And the Nevada County, since there are, the borders there, we also try to represent things that Nevada County also offers, has behavioral health services in Truckee, and they work with Victor for Nevada County residents. We also are happy to report that through the first round of Home Key funds, we were able to purchase a permanent supportive housing program in Kings Beach. It's called Brown Bear Studios. It was formerly known as the Seven Pines Hotel, and that offers 11 units of housing. It's currently being renovated, so it's not fully filled yet, but that is also operated by AMI Housing. And that's for individuals who need a little extra support to be able to maintain and be successful in their house. So not only is it a place to live, but there are behavioral health services attached to that to help people maintain their housing. All right, and then this slide just represents that, there are things beyond the Tahoe region that people within the community sometimes also can and need to access. So by calling us, by having us help you, it links to all of these other kind of regionally wide, Placer County wide, even some of these are outside of Placer County bounds, but we have contracts with that can provide housing, substance use, whatever it needs for that individual to be successful in housing. We have a lot of contracts and services to offer that, both short-term to long-term options. And this graph just represents that. And also, so like just the last one was about like treatment. This one is more focused on our specific to people who all you need to be able to be eligible for is not have housing or have housing needs. So this is our housing continuum and how many beds we have. Actually, we need to update this slide because we did just get a new big project. So our number of permanent beds is going to go up very soon. We just recently got a Home Key 2 award down in the Roseville area for an additional 82 units of permanent supportive housing that's going to be coming online in the next year. So we're really excited about that. But this represents all of our contracted providers and services across the county. Okay, so how can you learn more? See if you qualify. You think you know someone who might need some kind of what we have to offer. There's lots of ways to access us. So this 1-833-3 Placer is our homeless helpline. We encourage people to get on the by name list if they are currently homeless, or they can get access to other resources there. 211 is also a great resource if they're operated by the same individual. So really, there's no wrong door here. You can call 211 or this 833 number. Just make sure you're clear on what you're calling for and what you're needing. And then this is the address of Health and Human Services physical location in Carnelian Bay. There is Uplift services. There is mental health. This is their direct line if you don't want to call the 24/7 access lines. And then here is the direct number to the HHS building in that region. And I'm going to throw into the chat, like I said, some more access to the human services or the like the voucher programs and things I talked about first. I'm going to throw that into the chat. And that concludes my presentation.
Thanks, Amy. So next we'll actually be hearing about from one of the organizations Amy mentioned. It's Sierra Community House. We have Teresa Crimmins, the Deputy Executive Director, and then Judith Arreo here today to discuss some of the programs that they work on. So Teresa and Judith, you're up.
Good morning, and thank you so much, everyone. Sorry, for some reason, my camera's not working. I apologize, but I will go ahead and start. My name is Judith Ariano, and I am the Family Housing Supportive Advocate, Housing Specialist. And today we're going to talk about how Sierra Community House came to be. We started off with Family Resource Center, and we have other organizations that also contribute to our services, which is Tahoe Safe Alliance, Project Mana, and Northern Tahoe Family Resource Center. And on July 1st, 2019, all four organizations united to form Sierra Community House. Next slide. Sierra Community House provides community members with rental and utility assistance. Sierra Community House helps with by making payments to landlords or utility companies on behalf of community members. And our advocacy and case management provides resources and helps community members, including access to benefits and mental health services. Our mediation and legal service assistance helps by responding to eviction notices and negotiating with landlords to help the community members to stay in their homes. We service with locations in the Kings Beach and Incline and Truckee area. On the bottom, you could see we provided our contact information. And if you'd like to know more about our services, besides the housing services that we have, SierraCommunityHouse.org is available on the screen. And we'll leave next slide. All of our services are designed to empower victims in reclaiming their rights and providing tools to individuals. So our housing survivors of intern personal violence includes emergency hotel stays for victims of abuse. Mountain Rose Safe House is a 90-day program, is a temporary refuge for adults and children who are threatened by abuse in their homes. We also have a transitional housing that houses up to 2 years of rental assistance for victims of abuse as well. We also provided our 24-hour helpline contact information. And that concludes, thank you so much for having us. And that concludes my presentation.
Thanks, Judith.
Thank you.
So the next presenter is Antonio Valdez. He's the managing attorney at Legal Services of Northern California. He's here to talk about the legal services that are available through their organization. So Antonio, take it away.
Morning, everyone. And I think the video not working is going around, unfortunately, as I can't appear on my screen, but I hope everyone can hear me okay. So I'm with Legal Services of Northern California. We're a nonprofit legal aid organization based in Auburn. And but we cover Amador, Calaveras, El Dorado, Nevada, and Sierra counties as well. We are part of a large organization that serves 23 counties in Northern California. And last year, we served over 15,000 people, which is pretty amazing considering that our office was closed still for the majority of the year due to COVID protections. But now we're pretty much fully running, and we have public office hours Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. But we also do phone intakes from Monday through Thursday, and our hours are going to be posted in the later slides. So talk a little bit about our practice areas. I know we're here for housing, and we primarily work with tenants on landlord-tenant matters. Your rights regarding repairs, security deposits. If you are being evicted, we advise and assist people, and at times represent people in unlawful detainer matters, as well as we work on cases regarding discrimination, housing discrimination. There are new rules that came about the last few years regarding voucher discrimination, which I think are really helpful, as well as with there's been a lot of new rules regarding COVID relief, which I think we've all been kind of struggling with, but we've been trying our best to, ensure that tenants are able to get the protections that they deserve, and also that landlords are, able to be are able to recover money that they lost. And I think there are great laws regarding trying to make sure people are whole, as well as there's new rental or rent increase restrictions on certain housing that we do advise on. As we all can imagine, our legal matters are not isolated to one particular topic, so we cover a lot of different topics, so including public benefits, Social Security, CalWORKs, CalFresh, general relief, unemployment are a few. We help with people who receive overpayments and are being terminated from public benefits, as well as we have a health unit that advises people on health coverage, advises people who are on Medi-Cal and Medicare if they're being terminated or having services reduced, and also those with private insurance who may have medical debt. Um, and as well as we have I just want we cover a lot of or we don't cover any criminal matters, but we cover a wide range of civil matters, um, and that includes issues that particularly affect our senior communities, so those over 60, such as consumer issues, elder abuse, and we do some advice regarding wills and trusts. We don't draft wills and trusts, but sometimes you don't need it if you want to pass down things to your family, or if you need a power of attorney, we'll advise you on how to get that as well. Also, if I said we don't necessarily work on criminal matters, but one little exception is that it's the expungement. We understand that that can be a barrier to find housing, to find employment, and so we do advise on those issues and work with Placer County actually on a clinic that is held monthly, as well as we advise on educational issues as well, such as suspensions and expulsions, and a little bit about kind of our our intake policy and qualifications. We're a free legal service. You could go to the next slide. And so we're a free legal service, and however, we are limited to helping those individuals who are low income or seniors, so being over 60. Um, and so in terms of what our income limits are, generally, if you qualify for a county program, you'll qualify for our services. If you maybe just missed the cut, you probably qualify for our service too. But like I said, if you're a senior, we have no income or asset restrictions. But if you're not sure, just give us a call. At the very least, we could uh, guide you toward the place you may need to go. And that's our phone number, as well as our phone intake hours. And again, we do take some in-office appointments, or you could come by and we could schedule you an appointment Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And our website has a lot of new resources on self-help. So things about what do I do with security deposits, or can my landlord lock me out without a court order? That information will be found in our website.
All right, thank you very much, Antonio. So next we have Mountain Housing Council. I don't see Tara Zarato on here. So I might skip that one and see if she is able to make it in. And so we'll move on to Sanjuana Marmoleo. She is the regional manager at the John Stewart Company, and she's here to tell you about some opportunities for housing that they have in the East Placer area.
Good morning, everybody. I don't think my video, I'm able to turn on my video either. My name is San Juana Marmolejo. I am with the Johnster Company, and I just wanted to share with everybody our two brand new communities in Truckee. Meadowview Place is located in Placer County. It is a tax credit property, so we have some income restrictions, and they I listed them on the flyer, but I see that it's difficult to see. You could also call us at the phone number below, which is 530-536-4032. At this community, we are leasing 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartments. Our 1 bedrooms are most of them have been rented, and we have a couple left, but we are processing applicants. So if you are looking for a bigger apartment, a 2 bedroom or a 3 bedroom, we are still processing applications. So please feel free to reach out to us, and we will send you the application with more information. So this community, and then our sister property, sorry, Devin, if we could go to Coldstream. Our sister property is Coldstream Commons. Right now at Coldstream Commons, we also have 1 and 2 bedroom apartments. All of the 1 bedrooms have been rented, and we have a waiting list for the 1 bedrooms, but we do have a handful of 2 bedrooms available. My goal, I'm trying to get this property leased within the next few weeks. So we are offering a first month free rent. So if you are interested, please give us a call. We could get you an appointment for an interview right away. And then for this community, so for our 2 bedrooms, let me see. They are the income limits. I didn't list the income limits on this one, but it's also a tax credit property. So we do have income limits. They are very similar to the Meadowview Place. And we do take the housing choice voucher, or a voucher from another agency. So we welcome vouchers. And both communities are beautiful, brand new, and we have beautiful views at both communities.
Thanks, San Juana. Yeah, and if you would like to learn more, feel free. We'll put some of their contact information so that you can reach out and ask additional questions as well. So I will present on Placer County's programs. We have 2 programs in the East Placer area designed to help either first-time homebuyers or local workers who are looking to purchase a home. So the first is the Workforce Housing Preservation Program. And this is very specific to East Placer, and it is a grant program that is meant to deed restrict properties to preserve kind of their affordability for local workers. So we can provide up to 16% of the purchase cost, or $150,000, whichever is less. You would have to kick in about 4% of the sales price. So the idea would be to get you up to a 20% down payment. What the deed says is essentially it restricts the sale of the property to another local worker. So there aren't any appreciation caps. There's no major income limits other than 245% of the median income for the area. So it's very flexible. The idea is you can still turn around and sell the property for more money down the line. We just want you to sell it to another local worker. So this is some of the eligibility. So once again, need to be earning less than 245% of the area median income. And we have a table with those income limits. So for example, for a family of 4, that's a little over $220,000. You need to be employed within the Tahoe-Truckee Unified School District, and you can see that kind of a generalized map of that district. More than 30 hours per week on average. You can get an attestation from an employer that says you work more than 30 hours per week. We also understand some people work multiple jobs. As long as you're able to kind of show that you work on average 30 hours per week, that is fine. But once again, it's a program that's out there. We encourage you to come use it. We're very flexible. We're always open to questions that people have regarding the program. The second program that we have is our county-wide first-time homebuyer program. This is a silent second loan. So what that means is that it is a loan that comes after kind of your first mortgage up to $125,000. So it is set up in a way that you don't have to pay a monthly payment on this loan. It is what we would call a balloon payment at the very end. However, if you hold the property for 30 years, the interest is forgiven, and so all you have to pay is whatever you took out as part of the loan. It's intended to help first-time home buyers buy a property located in unincorporated parts of Placer County. So that's all of East Placer. So Kings Beach, Martis Valley, Soda Springs, those places, it still works. And we're very happy to work with other programs. So for example, if you're able to do WIP and this, that would be something that would work. The eligibility requirements are a bit more stringent. First of all, you need to make less than 80% of the county's median income for your household size, and you can see that down there. The home cannot exceed $465,000. This is a problem we realize in East Placer, and we are working with the state to have our price limit raised with the understanding that that does not work for our county. It has been a long road. We are hopeful that it can be done by the end of this year, but it is working with the state, so it might take some time. It is similar a loan application, so we're going to need a lot of information, including tax returns, bank statements, pay stubs, some of the information that your first lender will have. So they're what we call 1003 forms and 1008 forms. Those are simply just kind of how much they're lending you, and then an appraisal on the property. You also will need to be a first-time home buyer. There are some very specific requirements, such as you can't have owned a home in the past 3 years, or if you are recently separated and you have a child, those are other things that could possibly qualify you. So once again, we encourage you, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. We're always happy to answer these questions and work with you to help you understand the program or make it work for you if possible. So with that said, I will see really quick if Tara is online, and it doesn't look like that. So I think I will stop the recording, but I am now happy to answer any questions.